Hello everyone, and this video accompanies a newsletter that you will have been sent by email today, 23rd of October, which outlines some of the things that we've been doing this half term, but some of the changes that we're making. The reason for doing it this way is we felt that some people some parents prefer to see something in person, so we thought we'd try it out. If you like it, we can continue to do this half termly. And hopefully it will help you just to be aware of the things that are happening in school. So first of all, we're half a term in. We've had a great half term. Thank you to all of you for your support and your great understanding, and making sure that the children have the very, very best start that they can following such a long period of being at home. We started the year with a series of wellbeing lessons organised by Mrs. Souters, and they were fantastic. Helping the children to adjust back into school life as we, at the moment, know it. Obviously, it's been important for us to look at where the children are in terms of their academic progress at the moment and their attainment. So all of the children have now been assessed, both informally by their teachers and formally by some testing during an assessment week, because it's really important to us that we identify where the children are now and what they may need to catch up on. One of the huge positives, actually, that we noticed through our assessments is the impact of the support that you've given your children over lockdown. It's been absolutely fantastic and really evident in looking at where the children are. So we'd like to thank you for all of that. I know that progress has now been communicated through your parent consultation sessions, whether that's by Zoom or by telephone call or by email. So I hope you recognise where your children are. We do have an amount of catch-up funding that's been provided by the government, and in looking at our priorities really following these assessments, we're going to be spending that into additional resources in phonics in early years and Key Stage 1 and maths in Key Stage 2, as well as some of that funding will go on resources and teaching to support individual groups of children and individual children where they may need some catch-up. You'll get the opportunity today to have a look at our harvest service. Now, our children have worked really hard, as have the teachers, to give you a really lovely piece of collective worship around harvest. We would normally celebrate harvest in school, so we felt there was no reason not to do it this year. There's a link on your newsletter where you will be able to go into that service and see all of the children participating. It's really lovely. Mrs. Edlin and I looked at it all yesterday. It's lovely because it involves all the classes individually, and at the end Miss Carter's been able to put all of the children in the school together in one big song at the end, so definitely worth having a look at that. And also at this point to say thank you to you all for your very generous contributions towards the Billericay Food Bank. Next thing I just want to talk to you about is communication with parents. It's always difficult with email. I know sometimes we don't always read our emails. Sometimes emails go into junk. We consistently find that that parents find email difficult sometimes, which is why we have our WhatsApp groups and our Facebook page. I'm really pleased to be able to tell you that the Facebook page will remain open for parents and teachers, and the purpose of that page, and it works brilliantly, is to share successes, successes in school and successes out of school, and to share great things. So please do, if you haven't already, go onto our Facebook page where you can see lots of the successes of many of the children in our school. We have our YouTube channel, and that will continue to provide information and Friday celebration assemblies for parents to view. We've decided this year to reinstate the WhatsApp groups, the class WhatsApp groups that are run by the school, but in a very different format to previous years. So now what we've decided is that each class will have a WhatsApp group set up, and it will be set up by myself and Mrs. Edlin. And these are going to be set up over half term and probably the week after half term too. You will remember on your permission and emergency contact forms that you had at the beginning of the year that there was something that you could tick on there to say that you'd be happy to be included in it. So if you have, then you will be part of that for your class. If you haven't ticked that or you've changed your mind, please do let the office know, because we can make adjustments to that if you need to. Those WhatsApp groups will be what's called broadcast groups, which means that the school will be the admin for them. If you have submitted your details won't be able to be accessed by anybody else on that group. We will be able to send you out reminders, but you will not be able to make comments on the group. So it literally is for school reminders to you, just of little things that are coming up that might be useful to you. So I'm hoping that that's going to work really well. One of the things that I think none of us were expecting was how long these government restrictions were to go on for. And they've certainly gone on for longer than I could have expected. We're very conscious at the moment we have quite a long staggered start and finish to the school day. So in order to make the most efficient use of the school day, we're going to be adjusting the start and finish times starting from the first day back after the half term. You will be able to see on your newsletter what those start and finish times will be, but we're basically bringing them closer together. We're making this change in the best interest of the children, and therefore we just would ask for your support in the following ways. So first of all, please just check the time that your child's supposed to be arriving and try to ensure that they arrive as close to that time as possible, because obviously with less time between the classes, it could cause more problems. So in line with that, when your child comes out of school, could you please just leave the premises as soon as possible? You can continue to drop any siblings or children in your care off at the earliest time to start the day and pick them up at the latest time to finish, just like you've already been doing. A reminder that we'd prefer only one adult to drop off and collect children at this point in time. And please do observe social distancing on the playground and while waiting outside the gate, particularly near the gate. So if you could use the whole playground and just move up the playground if you're waiting, that would be really, really helpful to us. I'm also mindful that in terms of us having slightly less time in the mornings and the pick-up times, it will have an impact on our parking. So just as the staff are, I would encourage you to continue to park considerately. Use the White Horse if you can, even if it's raining. We really would encourage you to do that. And if you have any problems with those pick-up or drop-off times, I know some people have got children in secondary schools, children in other schools, please do just email us on the head's email address, which is on your letter, and we will respond. We'll respond over half term. If you've got an issue with those times, we will be able to sort things out for you. Home learning, big thank you for all your support with home learning. As you know, this has been based on wellbeing this half term, in line with the wellbeing work we've done in school. We've looked now at all of, as head teachers, we've looked at all of the books of the children in school, assuming they had them in school, and rewarded them with stickers towards a treat later in the year. We're always overwhelmed by the quality and the quantity of the home learning, particularly since we've changed it. And you know what, even children who've only been doing home learning for 2 weeks, children in reception, are producing some really, really good quality work in their books. I just brought a few books to show you. This is a Key Stage 1 book of a child in year 2 that we were really delighted with. But the way that people have actually taken that home learning and adapted it to ensure that there's a good quality of work in the books as well as what's being done in the practical work. This one was a year 6 piece of work all around a visit to Mersey Island, which was absolutely fantastic, and it goes on. So proud of the way that the children are actually writing at length and doing some really good quality work in their home learning. So I would encourage you to continue with the home learning. I have attached next half term's home learning to your newsletter. Next half term's home learning, the focus is going to be on reading. All of the areas of our home learning are taken from our school improvement plan and our vision for the school. And reading is a big part of the standards section. The reason I've given it to you before next half term is that it also refers to some book lists. And just in case anybody wants to purchase any books from those lists over half term, you don't have to, as we've got lots of books in school. There's still books on the book swap, and obviously you've got books at home. But if you wanted to purchase any books, there's some around Remembrance Day that are fabulous for the children, because we want them really to celebrate that. And also lots of books around diversity, which again is a key theme in our school at the moment. So that's all there for you. Outdoor learning. One of the things you as parents said following lockdown that you wanted in the school was more opportunities for outdoor learning. You know we're really passionate about outdoor learning. Our year 1s and 2s are enjoying weekly visits. In fact, this week it was in the pouring rain for year 1, but they enjoyed it nevertheless. They're off to the woods every week, and a big thank you to Carol allowing us to use her private woodland. Early years children are going to begin their time in the woods at some point next half term, and we're also encouraging our Key Stage 2 children to try and get up there every half a term. Exciting news is that we are currently planning to develop a wildlife garden in the school. So as you look at the school, if you look at the school car park, on the left-hand side, there's a grassy area there near to the PTA resource shed. This is being developed as a wildlife area. We're taking some advice from Forest School's advisors in Norsey Woods, working alongside the PTA. Mrs. Applewhite is taking the lead on this. We want to have a wildlife garden there that includes a pond, that includes a wildlife area, maybe includes areas that children can grow things, maybe a fire pit, all things like that, that we can really encourage the curriculum to become outside. So those ideas are all being discussed as we speak. I'm really grateful to the PTA to say they're going to support this and actually provide the funds for this. So I would encourage you to support the PTA in as many ways as you can, and they've got some amazing activities for Christmas in order for this to happen. One of the ways that you can support the PTA without even hardly doing anything is by downloading the app on your phone called the Giving Machine. With Christmas approaching, there's a way that the school can really benefit anytime you shop online at many online retailers. These include Sainsbury's, they include Amazon, eBay, The Works, all sorts of online retailers that you probably already use. And for every £1 that you spend, a percentage will go to the school automatically. And that is what we can use for all the extras for your children, including putting it towards the wildlife area. So please, if you're planning on spending online, if you could download the app and then just choose Downham School as your chosen cause, literally all you have to do is every time you want to buy something online, just go to that app first. It will take you to all the online shops and shop as normal. And then the money miraculously gets sent to the school. So really would encourage you to do that. www.thegivingmachine.co.uk will give you some more information, but please just go on there and download the app and help to support us. Sporting news, as you can appreciate, sport's been quite difficult at the moment, particularly any competitive sport. However, we're really pleased that our sports coordinators at Mayflower and William de Ferrys are still running virtual sports hall competitions, which all of the children in Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 have been able to prepare for this half term as part of their PE lessons. So we collate the results in our school, we send the results off, and then we will find out after half term where we've come in terms of all the other schools. So that's great. We have been able to offer a Paralympic style pentathlon activity in school, promoting inclusion, which obviously is very important to us. That's been offered to selected children, and that was a very successful event. And after half term, selective children have been chosen to represent the school in both gymnastics and cross country, and we found ways around being able to train them for those, so that's been really good. We've also, because we can't show parents round at the moment, we've created a virtual tour of the school. This virtual tour is for prospective parents, and it accompanies a letter that they get, and also a possible Zoom with the head teachers should they want it. If you'd like to watch our virtual tour, it really does embody the whole ethos of our school and is made with the children as well. So you can see that on our YouTube channel, and I've popped the link on there. It's also available on our school website. In fact, I may be wrong. I think it might. No, it's just it's on the school website. So that there's a link there that will take you to the school website, and you can watch that. I know over lockdown I spent a lot of time talking about our school vision and the 5 areas of our school vision that make up the acronym WINGS. Our school vision being all around the world, around inclusion, about being nurtured in Christian values, around growth mindset, and around standards. But what I've done on the newsletter is I've shown you the overarching theme of each of those areas of the vision, but I've also put what the key priorities for 2020 and 2021 are in terms of our school improvement plan. So our school improvement plan is huge, but I've just picked out those key areas just so that you as parents know what we are focusing on this year. And finally, there are some dates for your diaries. We will be celebrating Children in Need on the 13th of November and asking children to either dress up or wear non-school uniform, and feel free to bring a donation of any amount which will be collected on the gate in aid of Children in Need. There will also be some... Interestingly, this ties in with World Kindness Day, and we're going to be doing some activities around World Kindness Day in school on that day. On the 8th of December, the PTA have a virtual shop. It's a Christmas shop where the children, it's a secret, but the children can go can visit the shop, or the shop will be visiting the children in the classrooms, and the children will be able to buy secret Christmas presents and wrap them up. So that will be something we'll be letting you know more about nearer the time. Thursday the 10th of December we have our flu vaccines, and the 14th of December, all that week the PTA will be selling tickets for our hamper raffle on the gate, and we'll be encouraging children to bring in things for our rainbow hampers this year. Each class will be given a colour and things to provide for the hamper of that colour. And then finally, very exciting day, on the 16th of December that's when we're having our school Christmas day. So the children will have their Christmas dinner on that day. They'll be asked to wear Christmas jumpers or Christmas t-shirts or Christmas headbands or anything Christmassy that day. And the PTA are going to support the funds for the wildlife garden on that day by taking every class up to the woods for a winter wonderland walk. And in the woods, Santa will be there, and there'll be an opportunity to have their photos taken next to the Santa Grotto, and there'll be gifts for the children. It will be a really, really lovely, magical experience for them. We've also got our nativities and activities that the children usually do at the end of the year, and you will have those virtually. So please don't worry that you're going to miss out on any of those lovely Christmas things that we do so well in a church school. I think that brings me to the end. I hope you found that useful. Please do let us know if this is the sort of thing you would like to have something on video. And if it is, we'll continue to do it. Hope you have a lovely half term. Hope you get a good rest, and we're looking forward to seeing you back after half term.